if you are enjoying this podcast, do me a huge favor and rate it and leave a review on whatever platform you are listening from. I want to know how the School of Life podcast is helping you in any way, and I want others to know as well. Also, don't forget to follow me and the podcast on Instagram at underscore MISSJAYE and at School of Life Pod. Let's start the show.
Wow, Sinatra.
Another day, another dollar. I'm saving just to be broke. They said college was serious, but my degree feel like a joke. 4 years or less, I'm saying I got it done. No plan, just to end up at my mom's after I told her I wasn't staying. Well, here we are. No question, I'm a star. Just got some light years to travel, but it's just so far. But I'ma make it though. Make sure you get your focus right. You coming too? It's about to be one hell of a ride. Yeah, this adults and stuff is crazy. They ain't warned us about this. I'm supposed to live my best life on an unpaid internship. How I'm supposed to find my husband? Everybody running game. I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same. Went from worrying about on flow to running from Uncle Sam. Now I understand why student accounts never gave a damn. Saving accounts be slipping, trying to work out, but I'm tripping. I forgot health insurance. Oh, I'm my mom's until I'm 26, so I gotta pay these student loans. That's adulting. For the score, doing the most. That's adulting. Moving out of mom's house. That's adulting, but it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting, cause these bills got me in trouble. That's adulting. Journey's course is never planned. That's adulting. So just leave it in God's hands, cause that's adulting.
Hey, friends, welcome back to another fabulous episode of the School of Life podcast. I hope that you are doing well in all areas of your life, and honey, just continuing to kick life's butt as we get ready to close out another year, which feels absolutely bananas. Like it was just July, I was just having a birthday. It just feels crazy that the end of 2019 is here. But as we close out this year, I want to challenge you all to do a little something. Make a list in your phone, in a notebook, wherever you need to, but make a list of everything you have accomplished this year. So I've seen a lot of people getting their 2020 goals together and talking about how 2020 is their year. And that's great. Like they're getting hype about 2020. They're going to have tunnel vision. Look, I'm here supporting the movement. But before we do any of that, let's not get in such a rush that we forget to celebrate the things that we have accomplished already in our lives, and especially this year. So take some time, make you a list. I'm planning to sit down and make me a list sometime in the next week, and I will share it on social media. And if you share yours, be sure to tag me, and I'll be super happy to share on the podcast page as well. Look, I feel like I need to throw myself a party because this year has tried to take me out, like slap out, deceased, going to meet my maker. I thought I was not going to make it, but I'm here, okay? So I may just do that. I may have me a end of 2019 celebrating my accomplishments party. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Y'all hold me to it. So yeah, take some time, make you a list before you hop into 2020. Let's end 2019 with a bang and just being positive about all the things that did go right this year. I know it has not been easy. My 2019 was challenging, but I am decreeing and declaring that I am whole as I walk into 2020, and that everything I have accomplished is what I was supposed to accomplish, okay? So this week, I'm hyped because I'm actually in Delaware to see my friends, which y'all know. Well, maybe y'all don't know, but I love Delaware because a lot of my friends live up here, and they are more like my second family. Anyone who knows me really closely knows that I love Delaware. Like I have built amazing friendships here, and honestly, Delaware is a piece of my heart. I had my first career job here, and my boss was amazing, and she just really like, that's my girl. Shout out to her. Like she's super, super dope. So any chance I can get away to come up and visit, look, I'm there. I'm in there like a swimwear. Aside from the brutally cold weather and the rain, me and Delaware have a special bond. So I love it. And don't get me started on the tax free shopping, by the way. That's another plus to living up here for the time that I did. So, aside from that, the only other thing that's really going on in my world is that I have been spending some time with me. I've been reading more. I've been preparing for this podcast more and just really doing what makes me happy. And it's been feeling really, really great. Like, honestly, life has been a little weird lately, and I'm just trying to find my balance. And I do that by just doing what makes me happy and not really thinking about other people. Like just taking some time to be selfish unapologetically. So with all of that, honestly my teachable moment is just that. Find your balance and do so unapologetically because it's your life. And honey, as we get older and deeper into this adult thing, please believe that the balance is important. I honestly cannot imagine having a husband and kids at this point in my life. I'm closing my eyes. I cannot see it right now. It's a no for me. So while I can find the balance in my personal life when it's just me, I am taking the time to do that so that when the Lord does send a man and a mini my way, I already know how to balance myself out. So, yeah, that's what's up with me. I'm in Delaware. I'm having a good time. I'm having me a party for everything I accomplished this year. And I am finding the balance in my life. So, get out your notebooks, take out your phone apps, wherever you take notes, because we're going to hop right into today's lesson. Today, we're talking about seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD, and sometimes referred to as seasonal depression, which, if you have heard of it before, you've probably referred to it as seasonal depression. And for those who have not heard of it, SAD is a category of depression that sets in during particular seasons of the year, with the most popular onsets starting in the fall and increasing during the winter months. And yes, friends, I was reading that word for word because I did not want to miss any of the details. So I thought it was very timely to talk about seasonal affective disorder this week. That was like a little tongue twister, but it was very timely because one, it is that season. And two, honey, we're keeping our mental health in check continuously. Like the rest of 2019 through our entire lives. And I want to always do my due diligence to speak about things like this on my platform, to educate my friends, to check on y'all, and like to let you know what's going on out here so that you're aware of the signs and symptoms, whether it's in yourself, in your friends, in your family members, like whatever the case. I want to help my friends point blank, period. So, that's why we're talking about SAD today. As always, y'all know I'm just here trying to help a sister help a brother out. So I'm sure you've noticed that during this time of the year that the days are shorter, it's hardly any light outside, and most times you just want to like curl up in the bed and stay warm and snuggle and all of that. And that's okay. Don't get me wrong. All of that is a-okay. But when it comes to SAD, you want to be cautious to not fall into this slumping pattern and like obvious isolation, because then it will not be okay. You may be experiencing seasonal affective disorder, or someone you may know may be experiencing SAD. If your patterns become more sluggish and you're isolating yourself. So, what I didn't know before educating myself on this topic was that the SAD symptoms are the same criteria that you would need for a diagnosis of major depression. So that includes a depressed mood, feelings of hopelessness, a lack of energy, difficulty concentrating, changes in your sleep and appetite, and even thoughts of suicide. And unfortunately, I also learned that there is not yet a specific cause of SAD, but the great scientists out there do know that a few factors contribute to it. So, one, because of the reduction in sunlight during daylight savings time and during these months, winter can literally throw your biological clock all out of whack, which can reduce levels of serotonin, which is a brain chemical that regulates your mood, and melatonin. Not to be confused with melanin, my friends, but melatonin is a chemical that regulates your sleep and mood. So, long scientific story short, we don't have as much sunlight. which affects our serotonin and melatonin. And now our bodies are all out of whack, which contributes to feelings of seasonal affective disorder. So that's a simple breakdown that I had to come up with when I was reading. And I'm not a scientist, I'm not a science girl. That was a lot. But hey, we got a breakdown. That's all that matters. So, one main thing I wanted to address is like, how do we care for ourselves during this time if we are experiencing seasonal affective disorder, or if you know someone who is? So, first of all, I want to say that there's not a one size fits all solution. Like, I'm not going to tell you one thing and that's going to work for everybody. But the options for treatment, there are multiple options for the treatment, and it includes medication, of course. And most times, you're prescribed medication for SAD, depending on how severe your symptoms are. And of course, psychotherapy is an option, and that's really good for identifying patterns in negative thinking. So, if you're someone who is experiencing SAD, but it's kind of rooted in like your thoughts and you wanting to be alone and you're always thinking something negative, psychotherapy may be better for you versus medication. Just my opinion from understanding all of this. And even things like getting more sunlight, being out more, practicing relaxation exercises, and believe it or not, getting enough sleep are the small things that you can do today, literally, if you're feeling that you are experiencing symptoms of SAD. So, I'm going back to like talking about balance. Like, if you can feel that you're out of whack, I know I can. I don't know about other people, but I can feel when something's just not right with me. Like, I'm irritable, I have an attitude, don't talk to me, like I'm having one of my moments. I instantly am like, what can I do to not feel this way so that it doesn't turn into a mild depression, or even during this time, seasonal affective disorder. Like, I always am trying to be aware of my triggers and things I can do at home without a doctor's help. So I am personally not a fan of a lot of medication. That's just me. So I wouldn't want medication for it. I would be open to psychotherapy if I needed it. But if I need to get more sunlight, then let me get out more. If I need to exercise more to regulate my feelings, let me do that as well. Like, if I need to sleep more, like anything I can do personally, I'm all for it. So yeah, find that balance. Do what you need to do so that you are not out of whack and you don't, end up needing like medication or serious medical attention. And if you do need serious medical attention, that is fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know what you need to keep yourself balanced. Like, y'all know I'm all about taking care of ourselves no matter the season. Look, I just want all my friends out there to be healthy and whole. And personally, a very transparent moment, I have experienced what felt like seasonal affective disorder in my life. Last episode, I talked about how the holidays weren't always so joyous because of the craziness of my family and just all of that madness that comes with it. And I think that was a big contributor to my seasonal depression. And I have no shame in saying that I needed to talk to a professional. I didn't need psychotherapy, but I had to continuously go to my counselor because, honey, listen, I was one gloomy day away from losing my mind, and I would isolate myself. I would not talk. I would sleep and sleep and sleep. And y'all know, in black families, if you're sleeping too much, you might be pregnant. And I wasn't pregnant, and I didn't need my family going off on the deep end because y'all know how they do. But I just didn't know how to deal with the craziness of my emotions and how I was feeling until one day I was brave enough to just tell my counselor, like, look, I need help in this other area too. I don't know what's going on. And I learned a lot of what I shared with you all today, um, through her. And I learned like my triggers and basically everything I just talked about. She was able to help me see those things and help me learn me more and combat those feelings before it turned into like me needing serious medical attention because of seasonal affective disorder. So yeah, it's like a real thing. A lot of people in the world experience it. If you experience it, I'm sending love to you because it's not easy. It's not something that's even easy to talk about. It's not easy to deal with. So, yeah, I'm sending you lots of love. And honestly, I'll also add a lot of what I was dealing with was more so because of the holiday family dynamic as opposed to the weather, but it's all right there together. Like the season of the holidays and the winter months was causing those feelings that I had. So, from my experience, I just really encourage you to do what you have to do for you, point blank, period. Whether that means talking about your feelings, seeing a counselor, joining a gym or a book club, journaling, getting involved at church, like whatever it is, I'm here to support you in doing it. Ever since I kind of found my balance and what I needed, I am a lot better. Like where I used to be a bit out of it from November to January, I'm only out of it for like 3 days. And I snap out of it. I'm like, wait, we're not doing this, Jay. Get it together. We're not even going there mentally or emotionally. And having support from my God family and my friends has also helped me a lot. So, one, knowing my triggers and just knowing my body more and knowing, me, and then two, having that support has meant the world to me. Most of my family and friends know how I feel around the holidays, and they are super intentional about checking on me and praying for me and even spending time with me. Like, all of that really means so much to me as a person and because of how I feel or have felt during this time. And although quality time is not my love language during this season, honey, it might as well be because that has really just like, I'm like, yes, family, let's have a game night. Let's do this. I'm all for it. Like, I need it. Literally, is a need. So, yeah. Know what you need. Know what your triggers are. Don't be afraid to talk about them. Don't be afraid to write them out. Like, get to you, get to the root of you, because that's the only way you're going to be able to be a better you for yourself and for this world. And while I am not and will never proclaim to be a doctor of any sorts, if you need a listening ear, my DMs are open. Y'all know I pray for y'all. If you didn't know, now you know. I pray before I press record on this podcast. Every time I get on here, yeah, like I'm serious and y'all know that. So before we close, y'all know I have to give y'all some School of Life homework. It's just not this podcast without it. And this week's homework is simple. All I want you to do is take care of yourself, whatever that looks like. Take a walk, schedule a session with a therapist, plan a family game night, journal, snuggle with your boo. I don't know what you need to do. Go to the spa, whatever it is, just do it and do it unapologetically. Like, finally, for once, do something for you because if you're empty, how in the world are you going to be any good to anyone else? There are only a few weeks left in this year, and we need to be in good condition going into 2020, okay? So do that for me. Actually, no, don't do it for me. Do it for you. That's your homework. Take care of yourself. Now, let's hop into our show and tell segment. This week we are featuring Bag Girl Magic, which is an online handbag store owned by Ashley Nicole. You can find Bag Girl Magic on Instagram at Bag Girl Magic, and it's bag, not black. And for your convenience, I will be sure to tag the Bag Girl Magic Instagram page in the show notes. Ashley shared that she started her handbag business because fashion means a lot to her and she wanted to share her style with others to make them feel beautiful. The Bad Girl Magic handbags are special because Ashley personally takes the time to make each and every bag uniquely. The Bad Girl Magic handbags are classy, stylish, and a true statement piece. Head over to Bad Girl Magic today to check out Ashley's collection just in time for the holidays. And for a limited time, if you let her know that you are a School of Life friend, you'll receive 10% off your purchase. Your girl is giving you the hookup. Okay? So head over to at Bad Girl Magic on Instagram to receive 10% off your purchase of your first bag. Thank you, Ashley, for this special discount just for the School of Life friends. And I look forward to supporting Bad Girl Magic in the near future. That wraps up another episode of the School of Life podcast. I don't know why it feels like these just get shorter and shorter, but hey, it could be because I feel like I'm just talking fast. But as always, thank you for being a part of my friend gang. Look, take care of yourselves, check on your friends, check on your family, all of that. If you're sad, let's do what we need to do to come out of that. I'll be praying for you and thinking of you. Talk to you next week.